Welcome back. We've had such a variety of talent this month on our show, from actors and entrepreneurs to authors and doctors. Our next guest is no exception. Kimberly Snyder is a New York Times bestselling author, founder of the holistic lifestyle brand Soluna. She has authored 6 books, including Radical Beauty, which she co-authored with Deepak Chopra. Her highly anticipated 6th book, You Are More Than You Think You Are, Practical Enlightenment for Everyday Life, just published earlier this year. Kimberly joins us now to chat about her new book and all things wellness. Great to have you, Kimberly.
Oh, thank you so much, Dr. D. It's great to be here with you.
To begin, tell us more about your work with holistic wellness and your brand, Soluna.
So I started off really focused on food and nutrition because that's where I was looking to heal myself and my journey. I had a lot of struggles with weight and bloating and just being really confused about what to eat and feel good in my body. So I started with the very physicality of, food is something you could pick up and you could smell and you could touch and you could see it. So that's really where I started my journey, Dr. D. I went back, became a nutritionist, and my first 2 books were really food focused. And I started to learn, okay, this is how digestion works. This is, how I can simplify all the confusion around eating. And along the way, it was really interesting. My first 2 books, got out there in a really big way. And without trying to enter the world of celebrities, my first celebrity found my website, and then I got on a film set. And for the next 5 years, I started working with all these different entertainers. So for the next 5 years, I was really in that world, and I would work with people for, I would live with them sometimes for 4 months, getting ready for films. I would do all these media tours in Europe. It was amazing part of my experience in terms of working with so many different kinds of people and getting to live with them. And during this part of my career, Dr. D, what was so obvious to me was that wellness was really beyond food, right? So I'd been focusing on this one part. It was like one channel of energy. But then, then I was working with all these different entertainers and celebrities. I was doing Good Morning America regularly. And then I started my Feel Good podcast, and then the book deals started coming in, right? So where I am today with Soluna, which is my lifestyle brand, which I started a few years ago, it's founded on 4 cornerstones of true wellness. And this has come from my experience. And this is really where I think we make the biggest impact in feeling our best. And yes, looking our best and feeling peaceful and fulfilled and joyful is really treating ourselves as whole beings. So when we take a fractured approach, for instance, we're just focused on our exterior, what we look like, our bodies, even, or just our food, we really give ourselves a disservice. So I believe our wholeness is in our power. So our 4 cornerstones are food, body, emotional well-being, and spiritual growth. And we have offerings in all of those cornerstones.
You discuss how and why to live beyond numbers. Can you expand on that?
Thank you. This is a huge topic, I think, for all of us, because we think about what numbers are. And of course, they can give us important markers for how we're doing. We need to see speed limits, right? We need to see, where our resting triglycerides are. There's certain numbers, of course, we don't want to ignore numbers, but at the same time, numbers are finite, right? So if we give all our power to numbers, we're taking away our infinite potential, right? Our potentiality, our expansion. So for instance, if your worth is so tied to the number you see on the scale, or the number in your savings account, or your age, or the number of followers you have, right? Just think about the power we give to numbers. We can look at numbers when we come from this place of self-connection, right? This deeper place. It means our worth isn't tied to numbers so much. So if we see something we're not happy with, right, like the number on the scale, we take steps to change our lifestyle, but we don't want our confidence to tank. We don't want to feel like our sense of being good enough is tied to numbers. And that was a huge part of my healing journey, Dr. D, when I stopped weighing myself every day, for instance, and I focused on whole foods, and I focused on meditation. I focused on inner connection. My weight just balanced without all the obsession. And when I started focusing on this inner connection and, my message and the creativity that I wanted to put out into the world, my financial situation really shifted, right? But it was from connecting in here. And that's the message I really want to share with people practical is don't hyperfixate outside, go inside. It sounds a little esoteric, but the practices I teach about presence, getting into your body, meditation, learning to discern from the fear in your head, the mind chatter, and really what your true intuition is telling you is so practical and useful for everyday life.
Truly a pleasure, Kimberly. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much, Dr. D. Take care.
Well, that is it for us today on Your Best Self. I hope you all enjoyed the info and had some fun. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Your Best Self TV to get more tips, behind the scenes content, and more. Until next time, be well and see you soon.